Alright, willkommen folks. Ich bin Mysterious JG. And it's Let's Play Panzer General. Ich habe nur ein bisschen Deutsch in Schule gelernt und mein Grammar ist furchtbar. However, the simple fact that I have to concentrate while playing this game means it's harder for me to come up with random German shit to say than it was during Let's Play Bionic Commando. But running out of chances for me to say random German shit, folks. I have to say, Vermachen ihre eigene Wurst a lot more often than I have been so far in the LP. Because we're only a few turns away, it looks like, possibly, from conquering America. We finally... Whoa. Panzer General, are you okay? Interesting. Game seems to have flipped on me here. Interesting. Not sure how that's gonna work for sound sync and stuff, but the game really wasn't that happy there for a minute. Okay, but yeah, what I was saying is that we got the USAF more or less on the run, but still not completely vanquished by any stretch of the imagination, and this game is lagging a lot right now. Can't afford replacements? No, I can't afford replacements, not even non-elite replacements. So I'll have to destroy a couple of units here before I'll have enough prestige to actually do anything. Let's see. Excuse me, I could probably afford to get replacements after destroying some units. Like that one. That earned me 67 prestige. Let's see how many of you guys I can get rid of. Very good. Guys over here, get over there. Yes, you can. I feel like there might be somebody hanging around in the airfield. There's a bomber unit there. Oh, it's not gonna let me pull back. Alright, so these guys are gonna get thoroughly punished for this. But I will get rid of the bomber unit. These guys are probably gonna get shot by these guys. And probably these guys also. Oh, that's a transport unit. That's not an anti-air. Oh, never mind. Okay. I was convinced there was going to be another fighter up there somewhere. Let's see. I want to make the best use of my fighters to eliminate as many planes as possible. Trying to think. I feel like I haven't done much singing in this LP, but I can't think of a lot of German songs. I didn't really want to go searching on Google for the lyrics of the Ernst Basel Lied in case, you know, because I might end up using a work computer. I really don't want somebody checking my work search history and finding out I was looking for the lyrics of the Ernst Basel Lied. I know generally before people started singing it, they would say, Ein Volk, ein Reich, ein Führer. And then the song itself would start. I suppose I couldn't hurt to hum it. trick these guys into attacking that bomber and getting wiped out by the interceptors. Oh, I should have just wiped them out using these guys instead. Oh well. I'll wipe out the bombers, because they've been doing a lot of damage to me. So apparently I missed a work Raiders of the Lost Ark marathon, but they said they only did 2/3 of the Indiana. It's an Indiana Jones marathon, but they said, oh, we only did 2/3 of the Indiana Jones movies, and I was like, oh, 2/3? I guess you're not counting Crystal Skull, so you must have watched Raiders and Last Crusade. And I found out they didn't not count Crystal Skull. They forgot about it. Or no, they forgot about Raiders of the... Last Crusade. And I was like, what? You forgot Last Crusade? That movie's actually good! What the hell? But anyway. So I can get these guys back. I'm trying to decide if I want elite replacements or just regular old replacements. Regular old replacements is going to have to be good enough for you guys, I'm afraid. You... Well... Let's see... Just so that I don't keep clicking on them and having to remember to do a turn for them, I will move them 1 hex, but I still want them to hang around near that airfield so that they can get some replacements. I feel bad, like, severely cutting the experience of these units now, but I've got to stretch this this prestige really far. So let's see, they're 264, 132. Oh, that's a recon unit, so they suck. Trying to figure out which are the most well, they're probably the target that I need to hit, but I also need to get to a freaking airfield, so... Alright, forget it. You're not bombing anyone this turn. I don't want to lose you. I don't want to lose you! So what other air units can I move? Everybody except for these guys. We're bombing them only so that I can try to possibly clear these guys out and occupy it with a boat so that it's easier to move faster in the future. They're not close enough yet. It'd be nice to, like, maybe even drop some troops in there. If I had paratroops or something, I could just take that place, but the fortress over here would just attack them like crazy. They would have to immediately pull out of there if they wanted to survive. And it's probably not worth the effort. I've also got Colonial Beach and King George down here. It's close to where my parents live, actually. Yeah, not too far away from where my parents live. Or maybe I'm looking at this map all wrong, but... Rappahannock. You know, it's not close to where my parents live, but it's close to where my mom used to work. In that kind of general area. So I bet you're fascinated to hear about that, huh? Yeah, well, the point is that the Americans still hold this, so... But neither of these are ports, which means I don't think they could actually launch troops in boats from here to try to retake my objectives. So that's fine. Taking this would basically mean I wouldn't have to worry about any kind of sneakiness. The only way the Americans could launch would be out of Annapolis. So in theory, I might want to drive north, take Annapolis, and that way I wouldn't really have to worry about any of these unless they start using paratroopers, but it's easiest just to hold a couple of troops in those places. Alright, so on to the ground campaign. Trenchment is 7. This is not I don't anticipate this going well, but I really don't feel comfortable leaving Potomac Heights untaken. I don't want to move up there. I'll just let them sit still. I'll let you guys get some replacements. I'll let you guys get... I could get elite replacements, but I'm trying to save my prestige. Now here's where shit's gonna start getting real. Transport with guns. Yeah, I should be able to wreck these toys in one turn. Let's wreck these toys and have a good war. There we are. These guys have an entrenchment of 9. Entrenchment of 8. Might be pretty foolish to attack them, so let's just pull up here, get in their faces, see what they do. How much prestige we got? 251. Elites, I get 101, so that costs 150. That was probably wasteful, but I'm going to need some pretty good bridging engineers to take all these city hexes in Washington, so I can't be too stingy. There's definitely a balancing act that's going to have to be struck from this point on. Maybe a Naval Werfer unit up here might help with taking this little city. But I want to avoid diverting too many of my forces away from the real objective here. But next turn, these guys are going to have to dislodge them. And once they've been forced to pull back, then the tanks can mop them up. Here, well, let's see what we can do with our naval units here. Our naval Werfers. Alright, that went a little bit better than was projected, so that's nice. And really, these guys only exist to try to mop up their navy and stop them from interfering. Damn it, they get the first attack, of course. Kriegsmarine, I mean, I do lose prestige when the Kriegsmarine units are destroyed. And I gain prestige for destroying the American naval units, so I'm incentivized to make this go as well as possible, but... There we go, I got the first attack this time. Although those guys are in range of that coastal fortress, I don't know whether they have a good naval attack and will be used against my boats or not. I think they had 13, yeah, they're probably going to attack my navy on the next turn, so... Okay, that's anti-tank. So it's a good idea to use infantry against them. Oh, damn it, they got to attack at the same time. That sucks. But it didn't really do any good, so that's fine. As awesome as their combat stats tend to be, this guy can't actually attack. Although now that they're out of... This is probably silly, but I'm figuring since their Air Force is just about gone, I can afford to just throw these guys away in stupid attacks like this. These guys cost 108, these guys cost 228, so that was economically not that wise. Lost some 5-star units in all this, but in the end, a couple air units, but I've kept my infantry alive, and they're the ones who ultimately are going to have to storm Washington. Finish them off. Yeah, and the American armor, as we've already pointed out, is really not a match. Although they got to attack at the same time and did some damage there. That was kind of irritating, actually. A Panzer unit that's still at 15 strength at this point in the battle, I was counting on being able to use them to do a lot of damage going forward, so I'm a little annoyed how that came out, but hey. I already accepted the fact that I'm taking significantly higher losses than in any other battle. I mean, we crossed the Atlantic to attack the United States of America. We can't expect this to be an easy fight. $233 prestige. Can I purchase? How much is it going to cost me to purchase a new level bomber? $372 to get one up to the same caliber that I'd had. So it's going to be a little while before I can afford that. But let's end the turn and see what the Allies do. Submarine evades. Boom! Unterwassership. We invented this shit. We got nothing on us, bitches. And they didn't blow up any of my boats, so that's cool. But they do still have some navy, apparently. Messing with my destroyer. A battleship, severely weakened battleship. Just messing with my destroyers from distance. Oh, this sucks. They've got another... I knew they had another fighter up there somewhere. Oh, and they almost completely wiped out that unit. This should go my way. The only problem here is going to be if I run out of ammo. Nice. I love it when they, on their turn, they almost wipe out their own units. So that went pretty well, all things considered. Could have been a lot worse for us. Especially because I think you can wipe out this lightning before you leave. Oh no, they can't back. I was going to use them to scout. I figured I could back out. But of course I can't. What was I thinking? Counter unit, an air unit I didn't know was there. Of course I'm not going to be able to back out. Well, I'll be able to finish these guys off, but that, I might lose those jet fighters on the next turn. Crap. I can't even, like, use suppression bombers on them if I wanted to. But as you can see, the Luftwaffe is now flying over Washington, more or less. I mean, I say that, but the fact is my Panzers are, like, at Capitol Heights almost. This is our artillery unit, I believe. Yes, tracked artillery. And there was a battleship up here someplace, so... Ah, crap. I might end up flying into range of flak up here. Yep, damn it. Sometimes I just kind of stop thinking and start rushing ahead because I just watched them take their turn and I'm anxious to get going with mine and I just don't slow down and think. That battleship really isn't going to be that much of a danger. There's no need to waste air power on it now. If it's the last of their navy other than this torpedo boat, I really don't need to worry about them. Yeah, to send a bomber up there and end up getting it in the range of enemy anti-aircraft. I do have this notion that I want to take that port up there so that they can't dispatch any troops by ship, but I don't think the AI really does that very often at all. Sound just died on me. I think it's still picking up. It's just my headphones, but that was kind of strange. Alright, so... I mean, I could come up... No, I can't get up there. Need ammo. Expected to lose forces against these recon units? I did lose forces against those recon units. I did see a booty that. So these guys were partially suppressed. This unit, which had 15 strength on the last turn, I'm now sending them in with almost no fuel against units that are backed by artillery, but I have confidence. Man, they are not giving this up without a fight, I'm telling you. I think I've mentioned that before. You might be tired of hearing it, but it's still true. 426. 360. Yeah, look at how much their experience dropped. I hate myself for doing that, but... Oh, I still can't afford these guys. I could afford... Wait, why can't I afford these guys? Oh, 372 and I've got 364, so I'll wipe out one more unit. I can't probably afford them. I'll just keep them here so nobody else can take that spot, I guess. The light cruiser should park there permanently. If I'm going to leave a unit there just to stop them from taking it, the light cruiser is probably the one that's the least likely to be able to do any good once they get all the way up here. And still, at some point, I'm going to run into a submarine up here, I believe, and I'll have to use... I don't have any destroyers there, I'll have to use tactical bombers on it. Could be potentially cost me a lot of prestige. Or is there no submarine up here? Or I think you only have a 50% chance of spawning submarines or something goofy like that. And these guys, I'm not really expecting to be able to defeat them with the bombers themselves. I'm just trying to dig up their entrenchment. Although I suppose these guys might have been able to try if I'd given them a better chance, but... I should have used suppression bombers here. Oh no! I didn't realize they get a chance to fire back. Oh well. That's okay. I had a little moment of panic there, but... Jet fighters are cool. Oh, crap. I just flew right into their range, too. You shoot them down? No. I mean, strafe them? I mean, you could, but you would die a lot. There's really no way they were getting up there, either. Hopefully they don't get a rugged defense here. Good. Even though they're not only a 10 strength, these are still a 5-star experience unit, so. Be nice if the swamp wasn't there. It would make it easier for these guys to march up there and attack from here instead of there. But they got off the first shot. I'm hoping they can get them to retreat. Not quite. Yeah, these guys I can take care of. Boom! Oh man, some one of them got out alive. Oh, if they could have dislodged them, that would have made a big difference. This level 15, these fully strength tanks would have been able to get up here and take care of those anti-aircraft guns on this turn. I suppose it's still possible if these guys get wiped out, but it's not that likely. No, pretty much not going to happen. Oh, you haven't moved yet. Using you both. Oh, because you can get shot down. Well, so can those 15 Messerschmitts, and I'd like to keep them at full strength. So, only one of you can get shot at by those guys. It'd suck if one of the Heinkel's got shot down now. And that's exactly what happened. Shouldn't have said anything. Did that reduction of entrenchment help? Not really. So maybe these level 10, the 10 strength tank unit can get up to the anti-air, but okay, they can. I'm surprised. They should be able to do some damage unless there's artillery behind them that I can't see. So yeah, this would be good. If they can force them into retreat, then I guess both of those units... No! Now, these Heinkels that I moved here are still getting hit, and they wouldn't have been hit if I hadn't moved them there, but... oh well. Here's the big deal. These guys are now so severely weakened, it really doesn't matter anymore. So we've now taken Upper Marlboro. Germans have now mastered bad breath attacks. On the next turn, we can unleash the awesome power of the Naval Werfers. This is a bad idea. Why am I doing this? Rugged defense. This was a really bad idea. They can't be utterly wiped out here, though. Well, let's just assume that they're not going to play any part in the final battle over this city now. Rugged defense again. Shit. Well, try to... yeah, at least you knock them down to the point where they can't do that much damage to you. And the next turn, they'll get strafed, they'll get Naval Werfered, and That'll be fine. Meantime, you need to probably hit an airfield. Thought I checked all my air units, but I guess I missed these two guys over here. Oh, I missed these guys over here completely too. Good old-fashioned propeller planes. When the British use them, they can shoot down jets like nobody's business. And who else is over here? Let's strafe some paratroopers just to be dicks. That's dick music. I think that's it. Oh, well, there's you. And then I now have enough to buy that level bomber I've been dreaming of to replace the one that was destroyed, sadly. And now I can end my turn. Place one card face down the graveyard and then end my turn. Wait. No. Double check. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh, wait a minute. Those were the same ones 3 times over. End the turn, let the allies take their turn. They're gonna shell some boats. We're on a boat, motherfucker, on a motherfucking... Oh, you murdered all of us. Oh, my soul's been consumed. I miss Gobi. Maybe I should have brought the Navy up here to shell this port that I want to take. And they're going to shoot at a more valuable target, but also one they won't be able to wipe out in one turn. And they didn't do much damage to them, so that's pleasing. And we're now halfway through our turns. I'm going to call it a video, and oddly enough, I'm going to end the recording session here because of the sound glitches we had at the beginning of the video. I'm worried that the whole thing is going to be all sync screwed up. But, yeah, anyway, hopefully not. It'll be fun for you guys to get to hear my game sound all crazy. This is, Krank in den Kopf. Krankenheit. Anyway, this is Mysterious JG. I want to thank you guys for watching. When we come back, take a look at the map. I don't see the USAF making any return appearance. They could be creating new... Well, let's see. Where do they have airfields now? If they were making new... hold on a moment. If they were going to spawn new overlords... Oh, they could be building new air units up here. But yeah. We can see this place, and it doesn't look like they're building new air units here. I don't think we're going to go up to Odenton to take over its airfield. If we did, of course, we'd basically have defeated the United States Air Force forever, at least as far as this game goes. Because, yeah, we've got planes swarming over here, so they can't really deploy air units from here. And it doesn't look like that much longer. Oh, and there's that submarine we need to get rid of. Yeah, things are, well, you know, we're about halfway through our allotted number of turns. I don't know how many turns we have to beat it. You have to have remaining to win a major victory, but there's going to come a point where I just want to use whatever prestige I have left to just deploy a bunch of tanks here and just press into the city. It's Mysterious JG. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.